Hi everyone, hi boys and girls in FS1. My name is Miss Joy and I'm going to be your new FS1 teacher and I'm so excited to meet you. I am from a place called Scotland and in the summertime I went home to Scotland and I was thinking all about you. I was thinking about the new boys and girls in my FS1 class and I decided to get a book from Scotland and this book is called Betty's New Best Friend, and it's all about making friends. And when you come to FS1, one of the best parts of being in FS1 is making lots and lots of new friends. Let's read this story. I'll read the title again. Betty's New Best Friend. In a wee part of Scotland where the hills meet the sea, there's a stripy sort of cow that's called a beltie. Have a look. This is Scotland. It's very green. And sometimes the hills look purple because we have something called heather that makes the hills purple. They have curly black coats and are chunky and round with white striped tums almost reaching the ground. So a beltie is a very big cow and it's black and white. Betty the Beltie wanted to play, but everyone seemed to be busy today. The bees were buzzing, the rabbits were crabbit, the hedgehogs were hibernating, which is their habit. So here is Betty the Beltie. She's running and jumping, but nobody will play with her. And she says the rabbits are crabbit. Crabbit is a Scottish word that means very, very grumpy. So they wouldn't play with her. Sheep were being shorn and the chickens were broody, and on top of that, Betty's brother was moody. So this is her brother, and he's feeling a bit moody. He doesn't want to play. Betty wandered away, leaving the herd behind, wondering if there was some fun she could find. She cropped at the grass and looked at the sky and watched as the wispy white clouds floated by. Here she is, she's leaving everybody because nobody will play with her. So she's decided to go for a walk. Amongst some trees the wood mice were napping and the golden pheasant was squawking and flapping. Chit-chats were chittering and sparrows were bickering, and high in the sky a tiny lark was twittering. So this animal, this is called a pheasant. This is a bird that we find in Scotland also. And Betty could hear all the birds making lots of noises, but the birds were not going to play with Betty. Then over the dyke and through a small wood, Betty caught sight of a hairy thing stood. She could not believe what was in front of her eyes. Was this a belted Galloway in disguise? So here we are, and it says she looked over the dyke. This is a dyke, which is a stone wall, just a little wall. She's looking over and she can see something quite interesting. She had to stop and think and stare. She'd never seen anything with so much hair. It was like a great big ginger mound, standing quite still, not making a sound. So quiet. Can you see? Here's what Betty can see. She didn't know whether to laugh or be scared. Whatever it was didn't belong to her herd. The big scruffy beast then lifted its head. "What sort of thing are you?" Betty said. So here's Betty. She's met this new cow, but she's thinking, "Oh, you don't look like me. What are you?" "You're so red like a squirrel, a deer or a fox, but I've never seen anything with such luscious locks. Look, it looks very different to Betty. It's got ginger hair. Sometimes we say it's ginger or red hair or orange hair. Very different." "I can moo like you," a voice came back. just because I'm not white and black. But your head's got things sticking out of the side. These are my horns, the young bull said with pride. Look, so these are the horns on top of its head, but Betty doesn't have horns, so they look quite different. They're both cows, but they don't look the same. I'm from the herd of Highlands over the way. I was bored and wondered if someone would play. I'm really happy to find someone new. My name is Archie. Happy to meet you. So this is Archie, and he was also looking for someone to play. I'm Betty the Belty from beyond that peak. Would you like to play with me? Hide and seek. Oh, look, now they've got someone to play with. Archie said, yes, shall I count to 10? And then when I've found you, we'll start over again. Can you find Betty? Where should Archie hide? It's going to be tricky to keep his horns out of sight. Here's Archie. I think he's too big to hide. Such a big cow. Do you think you'd like to play hide and seek? I'll count to 10. Promise not to peek. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Coming, ready or not. And that's the end of the story. They were both a bit lonely. They both had no one to play with. And now they're best friends. And when you come to FS1, I am sure that you're going to make some really wonderful friends too. So I hope you liked my story all the way from Scotland. And when you come to my classroom, I'm going to read it when we are in the classroom all together. So it was lovely to make a video for you. I hope you remember my name is Miss Joy, and I'm going to see you very, very soon. Okay, take care everyone, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Bye.